Hello and welcome back to our Parkitect Campaign Mode series. If you were here for the last one, we just finished up Adventure Island, and we are now moving on to Batavia Cay, however you say that. And for this scenario, a lonely island steeped in legends. The previous owner built a dueling coaster here, but not much else. Finish what they started and turn this mysterious island into a tourist attraction. For this scenario, we have to have an experiences rating of at least 80%, have at least 1,000 guests in our park. The optional have an operating profit of at least $5,000. And then optional complete all non-optional goals by the end of July year 3. So it seems like this one may be a little bit longer than some of the recent scenarios. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what we have going on. Alright, so park is not open. Let's go ahead and pause this to make sure we know what's going on. Our optional goal, that's literally just, you don't get anything for that. That's probably just to make it a little bit harder. But really having 1,000 guests in your park, that's a lot of guests, especially for my computer, which doesn't seem to like a lot of things. But we do have, wow, that's an interesting inversion there. We got this huge dueling coaster, and wow, the first inversion is this crazy twist thing, right into a corkscrew and turn around. But that's alright. It's a little odd. It's an odd layout, but I like it. It fits the terrain and everything, so that's cool. It's got an interesting looking station building. Again, it's this kind of like dreary style park. It's just a big island. Yeah, let's take a look at what rides we have available. Oh, we have a lot of rides. Carousel, which is good. Bumper cars, which I really like. The car ride, which we haven't done, so I'd like to get one of those in. The double Ferris wheel, the actual Ferris wheel. The gentle monorail ride, which we found out is extremely popular and extremely slow. The teacups and the wave swinger. So those are pretty good. Our thrill rides, we got go-karts, the Gravitron, the pirate ship, and the wipeout. Our coasters, pretty standard coasters. We have the steel coaster, junior coaster, and the wild mouse, but I don't think we're going to need to build one of those right away. Then we got the log flume and the paddle boats. We do have $18,000, which is quite a bit for already having 2 roller coasters in the park. Our staff stuff is over here. The entrance to the park is going to be on this side. We do have quite a bit of land, and it's relatively flat. So I mean that's fine. We still have this area is going to be interesting. Maybe we'll just use that for coasters or something like that. But let's take a look at what shops we have. We have balloons, burgers, candy, cash machine, customizable shop. That's a big one for me. Hot dogs, hot drinks, info kiosk, soft drinks, toilets, umbrellas, vending machine. So we have a ton of stuff. Just an absolute ton, which is great. We are doing thrill rides, so that's good. We'll just get another one because I think we can manage thrill rides. We can do another one here. Just good. We have enough gentle rides. Let's take a look at the stats for this thing. 75.2 extreme. Let's go ahead and button. 75.2. Let's see how much we can charge here. Taking that excitement and times it by 0.15, and we get $11. So we can actually increase this by $3, which is great. That's red evil. Our blue evil, maybe a little bit less. And that's going to be, you know what, I think we can get $11 for this too. It's technically $10.90, but I think we'll be just fine. You know, this area of the park is pretty interesting because there's not much going on. You can't really do all that much there. So we'll have to find a way to make this worthwhile for people. Or is this? How does this work? Let's go ahead and hide some scenery here. So we have a random pathway here. Honestly, I'd kind of just want to delete the pathway. And yes, I know that is technically a faster way for people to get to the roller coaster, but I'm honestly not that concerned about it. There's not going to be anything over here. If anything, it's just going to take people away. So I think we're going to go ahead and just do that. We're just going to delete this path all the way through. No, don't do that. I don't want to delete that. So yeah, so we'll just go ahead and get this, and it's going to be a very annoying process. And we are done. Now, the one thing that we'll want to keep an eye out for, or that we'll probably end up doing, we'll probably use this for some type of coaster, lift hill, or maybe we'll just do like a whole coaster that's kind of like diagonal in this area. That would be pretty interesting. In fact, you know what? I wasn't going to get a coaster, but why not? Let's get one of our research set to coasters because I don't want to build any of the others. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's take a look at what we have over here. Yes, I figured that would be the case, that we don't really have any... Oh, no, wait. What? That goes underneath. Underground. No, okay, you still need to hide scenery. This goes... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? I mean, I get it. I understand. Oh, there is some stuff out here. I did not see that. So we do have we have shops and stalls. We have a drink shop, and we have a pretzel shop, which is having the same issue where it just kind of comes up through the sand, but I think that is it. So let's go ahead and click out of these. Toilets, bubble tea. We'll just go ahead and boost this up right away. I don't think that's it. Wait. Yeah, that's it. And then pretzels. And we'll boost this up to 250. So we can start making some money on our shops and stalls. We can leave that underground path. I'm not a huge fan of having an underground path, but it was part of the game, putting it there for me, so I'm not going to say no. I'm not concerned about adding any other stalls at the moment. It is a long walk for our guests to get all the way around here, so maybe this is the one where we need to put in a transportation system. Maybe we can start with that. I don't remember. Do we have transportation? We don't have transportation. That's what we need to research instead of coasters. Transportation rides. It would be ideal if we got like a chairlift so that we didn't have to do like a full loop. We could just be boop boop and be over and be done. I hope you enjoyed those sound effects because I will not be doing those again. Or maybe I will. I don't know. So, our frames are pretty interesting so far, but I think these coasters are going to do us enough to draw in a lot of people at the beginning. What I want to focus on is these surrounding attractions to keep people in the park, and we're going to do that we're going to basically just take this path and we're going to build out this way. That way we know people are going to have to walk this long route. So we want to try and keep them all over here. And we'll also probably get a staff building in the back here so people can rest on this side. I don't think I need a training room or anything like that, but we will take a look at it. What actually, what's our zone 1's way over there? He literally is going to have no need to go over there, which is great. No work. No, oh, let's go ahead. We can get a security guard. That's fine. And then thanks to Simon Coulson, we actually found out that if we take an entertainer and if we zoned him out here, he will actually increase the experiences. So we're going to do that. We need to add a zone. So we'll just go ahead and say this whole thing will also get, you know, let's do that. And that. So, okay, so there's zone 2. That's the entrance. So he should hopefully make people happy. And we'll go from there. But I think at this point, $13,000, that's pretty good. I definitely think we can probably get a lot of attractions in here. I'd like to, ideally, I think, get like 4 flat rides. And they would probably be the 3 thrill rides here. Gravitron, Swinging Ship, and Wipeout. And then probably the carousel. Although the bumper cars are good too. And that's only $1,000. Maybe we can get 5. Maybe we can get the carousel and the bumper cars. And go from there. But we do also need to get a staff room, which we're going to put that down now because I tend to ignore the staff rooms. And this could be, you know what, we can really hide this. I think we can hide this. And yeah, I think that should be good, and we'll figure it out from there. So I'll jump into a time lapse, and I'll see you when I'm done. And getting into this time lapse, I really wanted to start with the staff building. So we go ahead and find a nice little place for that here. And you'll see through the entire portion of this video where we are actually focused on scenery that we really try and take the theme of that original station building over there and just try and fit that into everything. And we use the same colors all the way through. And you know, I think this first part looks really nice. We blend it in very well. You won't even notice it by the end of the video. But then even for the like attractions and things like that, we're just focusing on trying to get them in a small area so our guests can focus on just experiencing the attractions and not really having to do much to get to them. And that's kind of why you see them all the way out here. I was also very motivated to name and theme these attractions for whatever reason. I guess not necessarily theme, but decorate the attractions. So we have a pirate ship with the name of Navigator. We go ahead and make sure we have Ivy on all of the fences and everything. And I think the scenery rating for this actually goes to amazing, which kind of sets the tone for what I wanted to do for this entire episode, which doesn't happen. But after that, we go ahead and we put in our Wipeout, which we will name Whirlpool. And then the Gravitron, which I think we end up naming Hurricane or something like that. And then at this point, I was like, you know what? There's going to be a lot of people in this park at some point, so let's go ahead and just add in an extra layer of pathing. We'll go ahead and change the color of it a little bit so it It's just got some crazy patterns and whatnot, and just a three-tone color and everything. It turns out pretty nice. We go ahead and get our carousel in here, which is fittingly named the carousel. And yeah, at this point, we just go ahead and start focusing or preparing for the future. We go ahead and get our second shops and stalls set up here. We get a depot, and then we go ahead and continue. Wow, I guess we decided to go back and finish up the queues and getting all the fencing taken care of for our attractions. And now we're gonna go ahead and start stealing some bins and whatnot. It takes a very long time to put the bins, benches, and lamps in. I even took the time to go to night mode, which is rare. I usually don't. I'm not that concerned about it, but I was really feeling the game at this point. Really liking the way this scenario was playing out. And yeah. There is a lot of pathing in this park. I mean, for it to go around the entire island on the outside before it even gets close to the attraction is a little bit annoying. Even after I removed the shorter path that wouldn't make any sense because there just wouldn't be anything on it. It's still a lot. So anyway, now back to our building here. I wanted to really keep in line with the station building there, so we go ahead and get the those like support beams there, but we wanted to make it a little bit different, so we go ahead and we add in some other borders that's going to be like where another portion of the roof is on the one side, and then I'll have like a little trellis that's going to go and you can see in through the top of the roof, which I think is really nice. Everything that you don't want to see is still blocked, but it does kind of open it up. If you were inside, it would provide a lot of light on the inside. Also, making sure to use the newfound doors. That is a fantastic thing that I've now found. So we're going to do that a lot. You should be ready for that. And yeah, just kind of mimicking that building as much as we can. This one's a little more square, so having that the supports off on the side really helps it stick out a little bit better than just being a square building. We also add like a metal base to it for like a foundation, since it is raised up on the one side. We technically wouldn't need this. This is the only building that we do that, but I do think I think it works for this building. We also add in a little awning, which seems to make sense. We mess around with the color for that, and that turns out pretty nicely as well. So overall, I'm very happy with the way this building has turned out. Even with some of the symmetry that I wasn't looking to achieve, that I did, I still think it looks good. And I think that trellis design up there to kind of keep animals and stuff out, but also let light in, I think that's really unique and kind of really adds to this style of building. So we use that a lot in this scenario. And then at this point, now we're just going back and changing some of the colors for our attractions, just to kind of make them a little bit different than the stock that comes in. And we also name our attractions, so now it's Whirlpool and like I said, I think we name it Cyclone, not Hurricane, Cyclone. So yeah, and I could not figure out what colors I wanted to do for this, so we just let it be the most ugly colors that we could, so it kind of hopefully blends in with some of the trees and everything, because I just don't like the way the Gravitron looks. It's not my favorite attraction, but I felt like I needed it, because I felt like it was going to rain a lot in this scenario. So that does it for the time lapse, and I'll see you in the live portion. Alright, so we have our little park here. We got a lot of congestion over in this area, which is oddly enough the place that I don't have the double wide path. But we went ahead and we kind of mixed up the pathing all the way around, just to kind of give it a little bit of variation. There is no pattern here. I was just randomly clicking. And I think it looks alright. One thing we did, we started to plan for the future. We got another 2 food and drink stalls over here with a, depot that is connected up, and that's what ate into a lot of our money. We didn't have to take a loan, so that's why we have 3,600 left. But we are looking pretty good here. I am curious to see how long it takes people to get over here, so let's go ahead and we'll just fast forward. Also curious to see how this operates. It's got 3-train operation, which I think is very interesting. Team 2 has nothing left to operate, so there is no transport rides. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and just go with coasters then. I didn't unlock anything anywhere, did I? No. So no transport rides, so all these guests are going to have to make their way over here. We also spammed benches all the way down through here, as well as bins, which should be alright. We can certainly see people are making their way in. None of these rides are open because we are certainly testing these first. So the navigator at 37.4 times 0.15, we can charge $5.50 for the pirate ship here, which is great. I wonder, yeah, we got amazing decoration just because of all the different things. Also went with this weird thing, which is pretty cool. The whirlpool, 37.1. We can also charge $5.50 here. So let's go ahead and let's get that open. Let's get this open. The carousel, a whole 27.8. We can charge $4 for this. And the cyclone, which is a gravitron. That's a lot lower than I expected, but 3, so we can charge $3 for a gravitron. But this is a little bit more intense. No, it's not more intense. So I don't know what's going on with that, but oh, we certainly didn't do this. I feel like let's just go ahead and ramp that up a lot. So yeah, so 140 people. We're losing $6,000 a month. I did play through a little bit to get this going, and you know, I think it's drawn in quite a few people. So I know we have all these people making their way through here, and it rains a lot in this scenario too. It's already rained twice, and it's only February year 1. Popular vlogger made a video about the carousel. It's an interesting ride to make a video on, but nonetheless, I'm happy with that. It is one of our covered attractions, so we have 2 that people will want to ride in the rain, the other 2 not so much. But we are losing a little bit of money, but we did actually make money, which is fantastic, and that could just be from what we are charging. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start paying this loan off. I took the smallest loan, so it wasn't going to impact us as much. At $1 a piece to get in. That's saving the bacon at the moment. But already having 400 or 240 people, surplus of pretzels. That's cool. These stalls are not going to have all that much until we start getting more attractions in. And yeah. It is interesting. We have 2 inversions on each of these. They do race very well, I will say that. All the way through, it seems like. Even in the Helix, and then the one clearly takes the lead in the end portion here, but that's alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna do alright here. I do think most of the people are making their way in at this point. So we're already up to 300 people, which is even better. And oh, I like how they come in off the boat. That's fun. I wonder if that's, I hope that's the fun thing that we get. Ooh, the star shape. I don't remember what that is. What is the star shape? Ah, we're getting more people coming in for our park. That's exciting. Oh, it's that thing. That high, it's considered medium intensity, but we're definitely going to find a place for that, because I think that'll make us some money. I do think we need to worry about a gent. That's actually, we're going to hire 2, and we will get him in zone 3, because I think that's the most necessary zone. We got this guy, he can go in zone 3. He's fine. And we'll go ahead and get 2 more security officers, and we should be good here. Did I update this? It rains here a lot. An awful lot. That I kind of did. Go ahead and throw that in there. Is this better now? 24.5, man, I don't know what I did. We can at least charge $350 now. So that's good. But we're making good money though at this point. Nothing that I can really complain about. The coasters certainly driving in money. We got a mine train, which is, like I said in the last video, one of my favorite coasters to build so far in this game. Man, we are just bustling through people. We don't have that large of a parking. Like, they just keep rolling in. We're just gonna ride this wave out. Hopefully we make some money. We got a mechanic going around. How many mechanics do we have? I think we're gonna need a second one. Let's actually put him in zone 1. That way someone's gonna be close to the coasters. In zone 1, it's all the way over there. We're gonna just go ahead and I did get that. Okay. So then zone 1 fully connects there. Zone 1's our biggest zone, but that should be fine. We'll keep one guy close to the area. The other guy can just kind of roam around and fix the stuff that people break. So we're looking good. Experiences at 56, but I think that's probably a lot of people who just aren't getting all the way to the back. I am really disappointed that we don't have any transportation rides, so we may have to make a little like our own type of transportation ride, which would be pretty interesting. And we could do that with the either the car ride, or we could do the gentle monorail ride. That could certainly work. I don't want to do the log flume. Coaster doesn't seem to make sense for that either. And I still got. I want to get this. I don't want the go-karts. I don't think I'm ready for those quite yet. It would be nice to get in the bumper cars. And then, like I said, the monorail, the gentle monorail would certainly be a top contender for that, which I have an idea of how to do that. So I think at this point we have eclipsed where we are going to continue to grow. I do want to get a little bit more money before I break off here and jump into the next time lapse. So, oh my gosh, who prefer medium intensity rides? We're all over that. All over the medium intensity rides. And we're still going up, by the way. So, yeah, we'll go ahead. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Once we get up to about 10 grand or somewhere where I think would be good, we will jump back and jump into a time lapse. So I'll see you then. Jumping straight into a huge time lapse here. Yeah, we start out by focusing on being able to train up our staff. So we go ahead, get the staff building and the training building, because the plan for that is for it to be underneath the station for our gentle monorail, which is supposed to be our transport ride. We later find out that this doesn't necessarily work that well. But in terms of the building, I think it's probably one of the best buildings I've made yet, especially considering the theme. I don't really care for this theme all that much. But we go ahead, we put the gentle monorail all around the park. It has 4 stations in all 4 areas of the park: the front, the back, and then the 2 sides. And you know, I think it certainly is there to do the job. And people just don't use it as much as I would have liked them to. The rating on it's a little low, probably because one of the sections isn't very long. Actually, the first section that's the most beneficial to people is not very long, so the entertainment's probably not, or excitement's not all that good. But we do get some really cool stations out of this. And you can see me working to try and figure out how I'm going to make this one work with the staff building underneath. We try a few different things. We don't really want a lot of different, like a large line for any of them. So we just mess around, and eventually we figure out something that does work for every single one of them. They're usually pretty basic stations, just paths that come straight down. With exception of a few of them where they had to make a few turns, but nothing too crazy. And they really did challenge my building style a little bit. They definitely are not rectangle, for the most part, not rectangles. But this first one that we built, this was the one that I was most interested in because of that staff building. And the idea was, you know, for this game, like if any part of the staff building is visible, it is negative. It negatively impacts your guess. But when you think about it, the training building has this big open glass window. So you don't want to encase that with walls. You want to let your employees see something so they can truly enjoy the experience that they're having and be happy with what they have. So we take a little step outside the comfort zone and let that part of the building show. So, and then we just focus on covering it up so the guests can't see it, and that's how we come up with the building that we have currently. The idea is this is maybe a little bit more modern, but the theming has dictated the front portion of it, and then the back portion has that little bit showing for the staff to be able to take a look out and look at the water and take in the view in that sense. So I am super happy with the way this build comes out. Once we get it all said and done, we use that trellis effect again on the top, which again looks perfect. And then we just add a few trees to make sure everything is hidden from guest view, or hidden well enough, which it does end up being hidden well enough. So we'll go ahead and make sure we get in our lamps and benches and trash bins, and all that's good. And I think we're soon gonna head on to we do mess around with the colors a little bit more, and there's me just checking to make sure the decoration is correct. Now moving on to the next building. This one I wasn't too certain about how it was going to work out. So we go ahead and we build with our base first, and try and remember what it's supposed to look like, or what I'm envisioning it looking like. And this one actually turns out to be a little bit bigger than I expected to. We do get our fences in, and as I was building this, I eventually add on to the front portion of it, and I said, you know what, there's really no shops or stalls in this area, no bathrooms, so we end up adding that in. We build that into this building, just so there can be a little bit of functionality in the front here. Now you're seeing me start to build into it a little bit, and you know, it turns out pretty nice. There is a one portion that's a little plain up top, but I wasn't too concerned because it's right at the front of the park, and I'm not really going to see it personally, and the guests really don't care. So we just kind of let it go, and we just focus on making it look interesting enough from farther away than the true details in it. But we do add a ton of borders and all that stuff around the back. I wanted to keep some of the areas as open as we could, though. So like the queue side that looks out towards the water, I wanted to try and keep that as open so people could see out onto the water. And I think I was pretty successful, especially with adding all the wooden support structures, support pillars, if you will. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this one has turned out. And I think we only have to worry about the colors for the next little bit here. I think we go ahead and take care of our shops install, which this is an info kiosk, so we didn't have to worry about any supplies or anything that had to be in, even though we certainly had enough room to put a depot there with a path entrance into the back. Now moving on to the next one. This one I was really trying to figure out how I was going to do, and this one is actually my least favorite of them. And again, we try and think about the functionality of this building. We add in 2 shops in the bottom. We also add in a bathroom, which is actually just got placed. And then we really just focus on putting up the roofing. We stay within the same theme. We get the borders out. We get the trellis effect going on here, and you know, I think it certainly does the job. But it looks a little odd because of the way it's shaped. It's more rectangle. It's not a perfect rectangle, but it is more rectangle than the other buildings. So it just wasn't my favorite thing. I also really struggled because I didn't realize the ground was uneven inside the building. I didn't realize where the ground went up. I thought it was another tile back. So that caused some interesting problems for a little bit, but eventually our hauler got it all sorted out and we were all good to go. By the way, I still love the doors. Every time I see it, I'm going to mention that I love the doors. But yeah, going in, we get our pillars in, as you would expect. Nothing too crazy on the backside. We do make a small modification to the pathing that is next to that leads up to the entrance of the attraction. I would just kind of bring the queue out a little bit and add a little cover to it, just so it has a little bit of variation out there. And It does kind of look a little weird from the one side, but it's whatever. I just won't look at it from that side. Get our awnings in, and then I think we go ahead and add in a tree and move to our final station. And again, this one, it's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite like the last one is, but this one's a little more rectangle, and at this point I was just sick of building these. So we are just focusing on getting it done as quickly as we can. And, you know, I still wanted to keep the same theme, so we just were able to steal everything from the shop installed. We also don't need to worry about making it a little more functional, but we do. So we end up adding in an ATM, a bathroom, and another information kiosk, and that is just solely to give our guests an opportunity, another place for our guests to be able to do some of this stuff. So the ATM is the only place in the park that we're going to be able to have that, and I think that's key in terms of keeping people in the park. So if they run out of money, they can just continue on moving forward. So we're looking pretty good here, and I think we are quickly wrapping up this time lapse. So I will see you in the live portion. Alright, so we did quite a bit there. We went ahead and got our stations for all of our gentle monorail set up, and you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I really like this one. It needs some trees around the outside, but that's what it is. This one's really cool because it's got the whole training center underneath here that kind of sticks out, so like they can still have a good view, but it's not visible to our guests, which is pretty nice. And you know, the other ones are just kind of blah. I mean, this one's just a rectangle with some fancy roof, and then this one over here, again, I don't know if I really like that, but whatever. I did start adding in some shops and stalls underneath, so we do need to go ahead and get some haulers here, and let's go ahead, we'll hire one in this area. Oh, we got the twister available, so he can just go ahead and completely ignore the fact that those don't have anything there, so that's great. And now let me see here, where can what do I need to do? I need to zone. I think we can just kind of expand zone 1 out here a little bit, and I think that'll be fine. And then we just go ahead and take our hauler that we just hired and put him on zone 1, so he can go ahead and start filling in this. We did add bathrooms inside every single one of these, which is good. We have information stands in these as well, so that is also good. And we need to figure out what's going on with our mechanics. I know I was a little reckless. Oh good, there he is, he just fixed it. I was a little reckless and just started training up people, which kind of put everything back a little bit, which is why we're now out of stock. But the good news is the monorail is back open. We have $4,000, and we should really start to see a huge increase in our monthly profits here. So yeah, I think at this point now we're just kind of waiting. The next big thing, the idea that I have, is this area is not going to connect all the way through like it did before, but we are going to put a rather large launched roller coaster in here. So the hydraulically launched coaster, we'll go ahead and see if we can get that in here. We need a lot of money for that though, and I don't think it's going to go super high. It will go higher than this, but it'll just kind of launch and do some things in this area, maybe come and interact over here as well. But nothing too crazy. And then the only way to get to it is over here, so the best way if you're coming into the park would be to take the gentle monorail right to this station, get out, and then you are right there. So we'll hope that that's going to do us well. But we are going to need to start, I think we need to start marketing a lot here. So let's go ahead, we'll get 6 months. We'll keep it on flyers for now. And we'll just do one of our coasters here. We'll get that, so hopefully that'll bring in some more people. This is a weird layout for a park, but I think we're gonna do just fine here, especially now since we have there's some food options on this side. There's no food down here. There is food up here though. And then we have food in our main roller coaster station up here. So I think that'll be good. I think our flat rides are doing relatively well here. Yeah, I think our flat rides are doing relatively well. And, you know, I think we're dropped down a little bit, but that's alright. I think our coasters are also doing, yeah, our coasters are doing great work for us. So, yeah, I think at this point we're just going to go ahead and fast forward until we get some more money. We are going to need to slow down on the scenery portion of it because that took a little bit longer. We are in year 2, March, so we're not too far in, but we still certainly have a lot of work to do. And that 1,000 guests is definitely looming over me. I'm not too worried about the experiences. I think we're gonna, yeah, we're at 89% experience rating. So that 1,000 guests, that's really what's gonna concern me, because then we'll have to hold it at for 3 weeks or something like that. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll fast forward. Hopefully, I'm thinking 15 grand is probably going to be the number here, because then we can take a loan for the remainder of it, and hopefully we'll jump straight into a time lapse for a new coaster. So I'll see you there. Alright, so here we are. A very short roller coaster that we built here, but these stats are pretty decent. 69.1 high intensity, 87.6 extreme intensity, and just to make sure I did this correctly, $13 is what we can charge for this attraction. We're getting this open right away. I'm not a huge fan of the helix at the end, but that was the only way, the cheapest way I thought that I could get it back. I am starting to feel a little bit of the concern about getting the number of guests in here by July of year 3. So we're just going to go ahead and ramp up what we're going to do. We're going to do some live building here. So what I really think we need to do, I want to continue to build out in this area. We have a lot of attractions that we can just start to throw in. We don't know what that is. Maybe I'll get that in at some point. But so yeah, so anything that's in here, we're just going to go ahead and start plopping stuff down. And it's going to start with this thing. Let's see. You know what we're going to do first, though? We're going to go ahead and just go and get some of this land. Oh god, not like that. We just want to get it flat so we can easily build over here. So shouldn't be too difficult here. We can leave a little bit of variation up here. We'll leave that one spot over there. No, we're not. We're gonna take care of that. So that way we can just easily plop things down as they come through. And I don't know what those are, but that's fine. We have $1,700, so we don't have a lot. So let's go ahead and get our money back here. 8,000 should be enough, so we'll just go ahead and take that. And now we're going to go crazy on some attractions. So things that we want to consider when we place stuff down, we want to make sure that our pathing is going to work for us. So we'll go ahead and throw this over on the side. Our entrance can come out over. Oh no, wait. Enters and exits here. That's an interesting place for that. So we'll go ahead and get that testing at least a while. What else do we have? The jumper. Great attraction. So if we leave this, let's see. Honestly, I kind of like this idea over here, because then we can throw our entrance over here and our exit there, so that should be good for the jumper. And what else do we have? And of course we have to build this during the rain, so that's fun. The star shape. And of course my dog's going nuts, so let me go check on that and I'll be right back. Alright, so that was good. And now we got this thing. What if we do... we don't leave enough space for 2. That should be good there. And we can kind of throw him down here and him over here. And then, what else do we have here that we can throw in? Boy, we still have a lot. This is good. This is very good. This one will kind of make so it's kind of off the edge here a little bit. That should be fine. Yeah, that's good there. We'll throw in entrance there, exit there. That should be fine. And we should start to see a big increase in really everything. And the twister will go ahead and I don't even know if people will want to ride this all the way back here, but we're going to throw it in because it should still draw people in. Now the one thing that's going to be interesting, let's go ahead and bring him. See now with this here, yeah, I think I'm going to yeah, well, we need to move the exit of this guy, and it can just be randomly over here somewhere, so that should be fine. Let's go ahead and get our pathway in. So we get two in here. We can continue with 2, so that gave us a little bit of space there. We can throw this all the way down across here. We'll obviously put in a different path. I don't think we need 2 on this side, so we'll leave that there. That'll be the entrance for him. This will probably move over here so that we can kind of bring it around. And then we should be able to draw this in here. And then that can be a queue for him. And we also want to connect this guy. So we just kind of do something like this. And we have 2 all the way around for everything, which is good. And then our queues, pretty simple, nothing too crazy there. We can actually probably just delete that and leave that for some trees or something. This guy, he's gonna get this real weird queue here. And that'll leave some space for a tree or something there. This guy we need to change completely. Get our entrance building, please, over. Please, no, not there. There we go. Entrance building over here. And we'll just kind of throw it down so he has at least a little bit of a queue space there. And the last one we have to do is our jumper, which actually he can hold a lot of people, so we're going to go ahead and give him a lot of space. So that should all be good now. Last thing we could probably do, go ahead and, we can't paint people, we can't paint it like that. Okay, let's go ahead and start painting. Yeah, so I think we're gonna be just fine here. We're already up to 570, and that is with just oh, that's not the right one. Just the coaster open. We haven't opened any of the flat rides up here, so that should be good. And ooh, oh, it connected sideways there. That's fun. There we go. All those are good. So yeah, so that $8,000 was exactly what we needed. Oh, okay, I guess that one's staying that color. And now what we need to do is start getting our pricing set up so we can start making money on these guys immediately. 36 times 1.5, so we can charge $5 for him, which is perfect. The star shape, 39.6, so we can charge 5. Actually, I think we can get $6 out of him. The jumper at 29.8. We're going to look at $450. The tourbillon, 49.7. It's nice to have another high intensity attraction for our guests, because there's not a lot of them, and I'm not super great at making high intensity attractions. So let's go ahead, we'll get the twister open. We can go ahead and get that open. We will get this opened. We will get this opened, and we will get this opened. So these attractions should draw in quite a bit. Now the one bad thing, these are all going to be impacted by rain. So I mean, there is some downfall to it. We couldn't close this if we wanted to, but I don't want to take the time to do that. Making $2,000. These should bring up our operating profits significantly. We should see a huge bump in guests here. Our coaster here is not super super capacity driven here. We need to probably bring this down to 15 seconds. I also think it's fun that this just doesn't have any sports. We would obviously change that with scenery, but we're not going to worry about any of that. So that's going to be awesome. I do like the tunnel on this thing. I think it makes sense to have the tunnel. Also, the huge airtime hill out of nowhere with the two inversions. That's pretty nice addition, in my opinion. And oh, he's super sad. Why is he so sad? He has no energy. I want to click on him. What's going on with him? The scenery is amazing. He's just tired. He needs some benches. We do have quite a few benches, so I don't know what's going on with him there, but you know, whatever. And yeah, you can already see we have some problems with the rain in this area, but 591. There's plenty of stuff to do now. So at this point, we need to make some more money before we do something else, and I think we need to do something crazy again with another fairly decent-sized roller coaster. And I have not built the stand-up yet, so that could certainly be something that we do. We are certainly running out of time, and I need to be very conscious of that. So that could significantly change a lot of things here shortly. So yeah, this is turning into a difficult scenario. Oh gosh, the gentle monorail was struck by lightning. That's exciting. It'll be nice to get more people out here too, but I am going to fast forward a little bit here because there's not really too much going on. I do think we're going to see a lot of people coming in. Let's do one quick check. We need to do an attraction. Let's do, we need to go for the big money maker here. And I don't think I don't have enough for that. So let's do 3 months. 3 months. We're going for the big coaster. And then hopefully that will draw in a ton of people. And we can really start to make some money. But yeah, this isn't this thing draw as many people in as I was hoping. But you still need them. So, but anyway, we're gonna fast forward. I am gonna put some benches and stuff here as I go through, and then probably when we get about $8,000, I'm probably gonna go and start jumping into a time lapse and do another roller coaster. So, I will see you then. Alright, so here we are in the final stretch. We have 775 guests currently. We just opened this inverted roller coaster to hopefully give us a shot. It certainly is a weird inverted roller coaster. We got this diagonal lift hill, which I really like, into this swooping turn, which is not that big. Then it goes into like this airtime hill where it swings you out and throws you into this downward thing right before you get to our first inversion, which is in a barrel roll type thing, inline twist, I guess. And then it goes straight to a corkscrew, which is kind of weird. And then we do some weird overbank turns. This one, which is very slow, before it comes back and sets up for the finale, which is a loop, which is usually the first thing that you see. So I desperately wanted to get a loop in, and you probably saw me do a lot of different variations, but let's see if I can catch us on the way. It's got a pretty nice speed through some of the inversions. Some of them are a little slower than others, but that is definitely a slow overbank turn. That one's a little bit better. And then this one is really just to kind of set up for the loop that is half underground, half out. And then it just kind of has to weave its way back in. So, yeah, I really struggled to get this to fit where we needed it to fit. So, in the end, it works out pretty nice. Adds in some good stuff. We got all of our stuff. I added in some pavilions just for easy coverage from the rain. We're up to 820, so I mean we are doing decent here. Hopefully our money situation is going to be okay. But yeah, we're slowly filling in this park. Our hydraulically launched coaster is usually doing this pretty good here. This should make us a lot of money as we go through. I don't think we need any more attractions, so we're just gonna stop them where they're at. And you know, really at this point we're at the mercy of the game. We are really needing some people to come into the park. We did get our we got 3 different things going on. We don't have anything for the major launch coaster, but we do have a television ad for the inverted coaster, which this is kind of in a weird spot compared to everything else. There's not much around it other than this station for the gentle monorail, and I feel like if you're getting on the gentle monorail, you're probably not going to get on the inverted roller coaster, but you never know. Our experiences still seem to be pretty good. I think we are doing fairly decent with our operating budget here. So I think at this point it's going to start to rain. I can feel it. I can feel the rain coming. We have a lot of people coming into the park, which is good. What's this person thinking about? Nothing. They just stopped. We do have people coming in here, so hopefully, what would be nice if we could get a bus or something of people that are excited for anything, really just anything. Star Shape being broken down, not helping. I didn't realize at the end of the live portion, the previous live portion, that we were being throttled by a crash in a nearby theme park, which really hurt, but oh, we've stopped gaining a lot of people. That's no good. That is not good whatsoever. This is a brand new ride. Alright, so we need to come up with a solution here. And it's not going to happen until we repay one of these loans. So let's go ahead and we're just about 5,000. So we'll go ahead and Oh, and all of a sudden, the big loan that was on the table is gone. That's no bueno. Ooh, I'm struggling to come up with what I'm gonna do here in May, June, and July. So we have 3 months left. I don't know if we're gonna make this one on the first go here, and that's pretty tragic. I like the way this park was going. So yeah, we have 5,000. Let's go ahead and just bite the bullet. I think I know we can definitely get 100 guests in a month. Oh, what is going on now? Oh, just the broken rats. That's fine. I know we can definitely get 100 people within a month, but we need to have a brand new attraction. And I don't have the money to do that at the moment. But we are making quite a bit of money very quickly. We're gonna need it looks like 150 people. Doesn't look like we're getting any more than that at the moment. So we do have a few people strolling in here. The inverted coaster really not doing quite as much as I wanted, but that's okay. 4,200 for the month, so we should by the end of this have it completely locked out here, or have our loan so that we can completely pay it off. These are pretty much going to go. We'll get another television ad once we unlock it. We'll go straight for the hydraulic coaster to try and draw people in. Man. I don't know if this is impacting us at all, but that's kind of sad. We are losing quite a bit of people. We're losing 4 compared to the 850 that we had, but we need something. Can we do? Anyway, I'll fast forward until we get the money, and I'll see you when we're done. Alright, so it didn't take too long. We just paid off our big loan here. I think, will this reset now, or will it reset? Well, we're just going to have to do bank forward. We'll get to $10,000. Let's take a look at our marketing. We have 2 leaks on the inverted coaster television campaign, which is all 73%. So flyers are being very effective. This was probably a little too much that we did, but we only need to do 2 months. So if we did this, and let's try like that for 3 months. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that. We're down to 839 people. We need to build a roller coaster. So of the ones we have left, the stand-up is one that I have not done yet. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. And, I kind of think this is probably the easiest spot to put it. I don't want it, if I mess around in there, it's going to take me a long time. I'm going to spend a lot of money on it. And if I put it over here, I can just go ahead and do some out and backs, and we should be okay. So we need it to be a good coaster. So I'm probably going to do the traditional Togo stand-up, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll see you when I'm done, and hopefully we can get 1,000 guests in our park. Alright, so here we are. Uh, Another pretty decent coaster, 74.3. That's going to allow us to charge $11 for this coaster. But this is pretty much it. We're at $1,300. We have enough for another marketing campaign if we want to go that route. It's a pretty standard coaster, stand-up coaster. Got the turn down double loop, which is maybe a little different. I don't know. We got this weird helix thing that goes down into what Togo calls, I think, the trick track or whatever, where it kind of tilts you on its side and then tilts you back straight. And then this part's a little custom. You wouldn't see this on a coaster, I don't believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Airtime hill before smashing through some rocks that we need to move. And by move, I mean remove. And honestly, let's just go ahead and do some terraforming here. Just a little more. Let's do 3. That's fine. There we go. And we probably don't need that either. And that should be okay. I don't know if this is enough. We have pretty much 2 months. And let me make sure that we have 2 months. By the end of July, year 3. This is just an optional goal. Complete all non-optional goals, so we just have to complete this before the end of that, and then we can focus on making a profit, which I don't think will be too hard. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to do here. I assume we're going to see an influx of people. Yeah, here they come. Here they come. Will 150 people, 60 people come in for this stand-up coaster that we have? And while we're waiting, we might as well take a ride along with this thing. Eventually, we're gonna see it. I thought I was doing well, but we're up to 850, so I mean we're drawing in people at this point. I think we are gonna see some people start to want to ride this. I hope people want to ride this. At the very least, it's drawing people in. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's enjoy the ride. Alright, so that coaster I think actually looks pretty nice. It rolls pretty smoothly all the way through everything. Our inverted coaster is still drawing some people in, which is good. 891, so we're almost at 900. Like I said, I know we can get 100 people in a month. And this is exactly what we needed. Your park was showcased by a popular content creator, so that may do it for us. Feeling a little bit better. I think we're going to make a lot of money here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start paying down our loans, because we're going to need to. And actually, since this one's more expensive, we're going to go ahead and work on that one first. But we're certainly just like cruising up in the number of people, and I really wish I would have been able to have a little bit more time to go ahead and decorate this in, because I like the look of these buildings that we have. They kind of fit the scenario very well. This ride is just killing it at 1400. Is that the most profitable ride in our park at the moment? No, I clicked on the same. Yeah, I think it probably is. Even though this one can just absolutely just destroy capacity. That's not making us a whole lot, but that's kind of so far. That's away from all the main entertainment. This kind of bridges that gap a little bit, but alright, inverted coaster effectiveness. We're not too worried about that. 960 people, and you know, we're looking much better here. Looking much better. We just had to stop focusing on the scenery for a little bit and just build some rides, and man, are the people flowing in. I'm thinking that we're going to do this very soon. In fact, I'm feeling so confident. We're going to go ahead and fast forward through here. Oh, we got the operational goal too. That's the non-optional goal. That's what I meant. And we are now at 1,000. We got some Steam achievements. That's good. Completed a goal. Does that mean did we just win? Ah, we won. Okay, we didn't have to hold it at all. So that's exciting. Let's go ahead and slow this down a little bit. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this scenario. Sometimes I wish that there wasn't the time restriction, like how you had to go and just get so many people in by a certain amount of time. But it does certainly make it much more challenging, because I really would have liked to just build and flesh out this park, because there's just so much to this park, even with the weird layout that we have. But overall, I really enjoyed this scenario, and I hope you guys did as well. I do want to let you know that we may be seeing some weeks where I don't have an episode coming up. And that's just from some personal things going on. I got a little one on the way. So you may see that coming up. I'm going to do my best to not let that happen, but I can't make any promises at this point. So anyway, that's going to do it for this scenario. Let's go ahead and we need to make sure we save this. And yeah, there's really cool things in this park. I actually kind of like this inverted coaster, but let's go ahead and try and get... There's just so much going on. I don't know where to look at here. You know what? I think that's fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump to the main menu here. Ooh, we unlock the little boat. That's exciting. I think this is probably the most little creative thing that we've seen so far. And oh, it adds it all right there. That's gonna go ahead and unlock not a whole lot. It doesn't unlock anything at all. It just adds on to Biscayne Beach. So in our next episode, we'll be moving on to Ice Shelf Islands. So again, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, please let me know in the comment section what I need to do to make it better. And if you want to find some more awesome Parkitect content, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Mostly Average Matt. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.